Hello and welcome to another Harsh Noise Gear review. What if we had a theme song? I don't, I'm not going to do that. But I do say the same thing. I noticed I say the same thing at the beginning of every video. So I tried to surprise you with a song. Yeah, we're going to talk about music today. It's got a keyboard. Holy hell. Welcome to another Harsh Noise Gear review. We're going to talk about the Behringer Pro VS Mini. This is a really small polysynth, a hybrid polysynth, digital stuff, analog filter. Um, it's really cool. It's only $100. It's brand new. I'm going to talk a bit about it, just in general, my overall thoughts about it. Then I'm going to get into the features and how to use it and what it does and how you can use. And then I'm going to get into using it for noise and how to use it for noise and where I think it would make sense. My current setup with this is well, let me just show you what Behringer has done here with this. So this is, they could have put like batteries in it. It's small enough and light enough they could have put double A's in it. They did not. Instead, there's only a USB-C power. Like that's it. So if you wanted a portable setup, you need like a power bank or something. Or just a USB thing. And it's headphone out only, stereo TRS out. So I have a stereo TRS out going to, that turns to like a tip and ring left right scenario, quarter-inch out, that I'm running into a pair of stereo death metals. So a death metal on the left and a death metal on the right. For chorus, when we enable that, because that is stereo. The rest of it is mono. But, you know, stereo, chorus. It's a nice synthesizer. Let's get centered. Hold on. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. You can see it now. Why is it back over here? The mysterious moving synthesizer. Welcome to another Harsh Noise Gear review. All right. This isn't where I wanted it. So this synthesizer, you're just gonna watch me struggle and suffer. This is what I do for art. This is what I do for you. I love you. I love you all. Actually, mentioning that, this synthesizer is going to be, this is a giveaway. This is a giveaway review in that I'm going to give this synthesizer away to you, the viewer, or one of you. So I really like this thing, but it doesn't have a place in my setup because I have different things that can do what it can do in different ways, kind of. And I want to give a chance to give someone else a chance to use something like this. My camera keeps moving. Just stay like there. Hello. Thank you for your patience. Yeah, so this synthesizer has okay, so for real though, I'm going to be giving this synthesizer away to you, the viewers. After you watch this video, subscribe to the channel. In order to enter the contest, you must do two things. Subscribe to the channel, then comment on this video how you would use this in your setup. How you would use it, like what you'd pair it with. What's the rest of your gear that you would set it up with in your studio, in your noise rig, in your setup. So subscribe and comment how you would use it. And there's going to be a lot of awesome answers, and I'm going to choose randomly among all the awesome answers because there's going to be a lot. There might be some like bad answers, but that's okay. I love you anyhow. But there's going to be a lot of awesome answers. So I'm going to choose amongst all the awesome answers there won't be that many bad answers. You're probably fine. Unless you're like, yeah, I already have this one. Just give me a second one. I probably won't choose you. But otherwise, like, I'm curious to see how people think you want to use this, and then I'll choose randomly amongst the people with cool ideas, and I'll ship it to you free of charge, unless you live in. Nah, fuck it. I'll ship it anywhere. I was gonna say like somewhere like far away from me, but I don't care. I love you, Australia. Cool. This is this is the Behringer Pro VS Mini. It is a vector synthesizer. It's a polyphonic 4-voice polyphonic vector synthesizer. And the way vector synthesis works is you have a joystick and 4 oscillators A, B, C, D. Now, the easiest way to describe vector synthesis is imagine you are in a square room. You are in a square room. You're in a square room, and there is a speaker in each corner of the room playing a different sound. And you are moving through the room. That's what this is. A, B, C, D are different sound sources, and you are moving through the room on different sound sources. Now, check this out. We're going to, just to demonstrate how this works, we're going to initialize it. So now it's just nothing in BCD, but a triangle wave in A. But now let's put, we're going to select, let's go over like, let's just like pick a few different random oscillators. See? So what I just did is I selected 4 different wave shapes from the digital wave shape bank, and I picked them for A, B, C, D, and now I can use the joystick to select between them. To make gorgeous sounds. Let's bring in some chorus, since we're in stereo. Yeah, so this thing is a very like play with the knobs kind of thing. It's pretty simple and easy to understand. Let's go over the architecture. It kind of goes, the sound starts with the oscillators A, B, C, D in the vector. Then it goes through the filter. Well, it goes through the amplifier, the amp. And you can control the amp over time with the envelope. You can see that being reflected in the screen. I know the screen's a little blurry, but you can kind of see it says the tactic case sustain release. So there, I've adjusted the volume, the amp over time, just by changing the attack decay sustain release knobs with amp selected. Yeah, gorgeous. Wow, synthesizer. Okay, so I'm a little unhinged for this one if you couldn't tell. It's like the first day of spring, and it's sprung. Camera. What am I? What have I become? Oh my god, I'm going insane. I'm going insane, bestie. Yeah, here we are. So it goes through the amp, and then it goes through the filter. But the filter is analog. So all the parts are digital, but the analog filter, it's got an analog filter. Why is that important? It's important for, well, two reasons. One, every time there's two modes to play, one is multi and one is single trigger on the filter, because here how there's like a strike every time I hit a new note, it pings the whole filter it pings the whole envelope and filter every time on multi mode. But you can change it to you know, single, like this. You hit function, oh my god, which one is it? Yeah, filter envelope trigger. Like that, and then it sounds like this. Oh, well, it's only on the filter, so we haven't even figured out the filter yet. Let's go back. Haha. Filter. So the filter envelope, I have a complaint about it. In that there's no dedicated, so the filter, so the amp affects the volume, and it affects the volume like in full. The filter envelope, however, you get to decide how much the filter envelope affects the cutoff of the filter. Now, the cutoff of the filter, so the way it works is like, imagine your attack, decay, sustain, release is moving your filter cutoff knob down and then up and down over time. Right? So let's, but you, no matter how many attack, decay, sustain, release changes you make, it won't do anything unless you do this. You hit function, then go to filter envelope, and then you decide with the plus and minus buttons how much filter envelope to add. It's like, instead of a knob, you just have to do this, which is really inconvenient. And you can't even listen to it while you're doing it to test, unless you have a sequence or arpeggiator running. Oh, it cycles back around, so I can just go back down to 100. Let's go to like 50, just so we can hear it. Go back out. So now I can hear it. Let's make it so yeah, those are how they use those two envelopes, the filter and the amp, which are like pretty standard for a synthesizer. Then you've got well, let's talk about like this little oscillator section, because I kind of skimmed over that. I kind of just was like, yeah, ABCD, you just select it. But the way it works is you have two knobs. You have a wave selector knob. You have 127 waves, and then a frequency selector knob, and you can go by coarse, like semitone, or by sense, fine tune. And the way you do that is like this. So you're in. Where you're in this mode, right? Let's go to B. There's 127, but 127 is noise. 126, oops, is silence. And 125 through 1 are different wave shapes, different waveforms, different like types of waves. Whoa, wavy. Look at that oscilloscope wiggle. So yeah, let's pick some random other ones. Let's do noise for this one. And let's tune them. Let's tune ABC to a fifth. All right, so we have A down here. We got B. Oops. A. Oops. B. Let's do to a fifth, and then C to a third. Yeah, pretty cool. So that's kind of like how that works. And then you can go function. Where is it? Oscillator set. Course fine. Those are the only options in the set oscillator function menu. So you go to fine, and then look now. You can detune it. Detune it by sense. Very cool. Great for noise. Great for like a little bit of like detuning variation with stuff, and great for all sorts of analog sounding flavor with the mildly detuned similar oscillators. Can sound very cool. Then that's that. The filter is analog itself resonating. Listen to that. It's self-resonating, self-oscillating, self-oscillating. Like standard analog filters, when you bring that resonant peak up, it will self-oscillate and screech in like a sine wave at the cutoff. Okay, let's talk about the chorus, because I did turn some chorus on. Chorus is if you the sound will be mono. Your audio will be mono. But when you turn up the amount and the rate, it becomes stereo. You hear a little bit of width being added to the sound, as well as that wavering vibration. Yeah, let's take this off noise. Cool. I just like a little bit of chorus, just to thicken it out. Yeah, so far this thing kind of sounds like crap, but like I'm kind of like just introducing it. But we're about to make it sound gorgeous, and then awful. This thing doesn't sound totally like crap. What am I saying? It sounds pretty fucking cool. But let's bring in the LFO. So you have two LFOs, LFO 1 and 2. LFO 1 controls the filter. And it has an amount and a rate knob. And right now it's on a triangle wave. What is that? No, that's a square wave. But we can change that. We go to function, look for the LFO, set. And then we go square, triangle, S and H, ramp, sawtooth. They got some good options on here. Let's go over the triangle. Most of them are self-explanatory except for S and H, which is random. And I'll go over that in a second. But let's do triangle first. So triangle is, I think, the best sounding for just tremolo. And then number 2, also the LFO 2, controls the pitch like a vibrato. And that sounds like it's on a ramp. Let's check. Function, LFO set, sawtooth, square, triangle, SNH, ramp. Let's do ramp. Ooh, yeah. Ooh. Oh, nice. Cool. Now you can see like some of this stuff's craziness once you bring in the LFOs doing tremolo and vibrato on it. You can really see like, oh, this thing can like kind of do some crazy stuff. We're not even getting started yet. Oh my God, bestie. So this synth is like kind of like it's an introductory synth, but it has intermediate and advanced depth to it. And we're getting into like the intermediate stuff. So these are like the basic functions. You've got the oscillators to choose from. You've got your coarse tune and your fine tune. You've got your chorus rate and amount. You've got your LFOs for your tremolo and vibrato. You've got your analog filter cutoff and resonance. You got your ADSR for your filter and for your amplifier. And then you have to go into alter your amplifier. You can alter your other stuff in there, but we haven't talked about the sequencer. And we haven't talked about the mix envelope, which is the craziest thing on this. And it's like not immediately obvious how to use it or what it does. Because that's the instructions you're given. That little diagram right there. That little diagram. Should we talk about mix envelopes now? Or should we do the sequencer? Let's do the sequencer now. So the sequencer... okay, so there's arpeggio mode or sequencer mode. So you go function, ARP, set, up, no. You go function, mode, and then it's either sequencer or ARP. Let's go to ARP first, right? You hit play, there's your arpeggiator, there's your tempo. You can set either internal clock, CV, like sync clock trigger, or MIDI clock in, or USB clock in. Like you can power and run this thing through your computer, and like it won't send sound into your computer. You have to do that with like the jack, but like you can power it and send it like MIDI information via USB, which is pretty cool if you're like a laptop user. Yeah, anywho. Let's get this crazy shit up here. Hold on. So, arpeggiator. Oh, by the way, you can go up and down octaves by hitting function down. Or function up. And it has 5 octaves total it can go to. Oh, so cool, so fun. Yeah, that's the arpeggiator, sequencer. Okay, boop, 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 boop. That's how you go to the sequencer mode. Function, menu, and then you hit up and down. And you got a sequencer. The sequencer on this thing kind of blows ass, I gotta say. Just because you cannot input via step, you have to input recording live only, as far as I can figure. So to record. Hold on, let me clear it. Okay, so because we got something in there. So we go function, clear all on the sequencer. That's the easiest way to do it. It's really hard to edit on this thing because you got to edit live. So anywho, you try and record. Let's do like one step at a time, right? Nope, you just started it. That's it. You want to record more than one note? Guess what, bub? You got to record it live at the tempo that it's running at. So if you really want to program shit, run it down or run your clock in and then run it at like quarter speed and program your shit. Because otherwise you're gonna like, okay, let's play the pattern innocently. I want one note here. So you gotta like input it live, which is like kind of annoying. But you can layer stuff up to 4 notes per step. Right? Kind of cool. Funky. Jazzy. Sure, you can add swing. Why the fuck not? Okay, we got swing now. Yeah, you could do that. You could change the scale. 1/32 notes. Eighth notes. Quarter notes. Okay, you can only really do 8th through 32nd. Let's put it on 8th and like go here. Yeah, woo. Sequencer is useful sometimes, but it's the most useful because if you haven't noticed, there's no other way to hold down a note other than like holding it or using a MIDI controller to hold it. There's no like function to hold or sustain a note. So if you want to listen and adjust your tone, you either have to let it ring out with crazy long release, or you have to like hold it down, or you have to, even the arpeggiator, you have to hold it down to arpeggiate it. There's no holding automatically, but the sequencer, you can just hit play. Wow. Amazing. Yeah. Okay, so then let's see what else. Have I used all the things? No, it's got a built-in metronome for like whatever fucking use that is for. I mean, it kind of makes the recording into the step like minorly easier. Let's try that. So we're gonna clear all. We're gonna turn on the metronome. Then we're gonna hit play. Oh yeah, baby, let's go. Oh yeah, let's go. Woo, raise the roof. Hold on, I gotta try it with distortion. Oh yeah. Fuck me up. Let's get in the pit. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm messing around. Okay. So let's try recording. Still, I messed it up. But I was close. And then how do you edit it? Oh God, are you ready to see this? You go function, and you kind of like try and stab at it. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Yeah, it's like impossible to do like step editing on this bitch. So I just, what am I doing? I don't try. Yeah, it's difficult to use. So honestly, my recommendation is if you are trying to use this as like your polysynth, get an Arturia key step and like use that as your controller and your sequencer and your arpeggiator. Don't use the onboard arpeggiator or sequencer or keyboard. Get like the cheapest possible. Get an Arturia key step. Get like the basic one and plug it in via MIDI, and then boom, you have a 4-voice polysynth that's like $100 and it sounds great, and you can do crazy stuff. And I haven't even gotten to the crazy stuff. We're about to get to the crazy stuff, fam. Are you hyped? I know I'm hyped. Okay, here we go. Vector mix envelopes. Vector mix envelope is, so we have our 4 sounds. What are they at? Well, they're at like a third, a fifth. Let's make this one an octave to make it interesting. Let's go function, oscillator coarse, turn it up. Yeah, octave. And then let's detune it slightly. So go back to oscillator, make it fine. Yeah, sounds good. Right, but what if we could automate the movement of the joystick? What? How is that possible, you say? I say with the vector mix envelope. Okay? So, in order to, so it's this thing here. R1, 2, R3, R1, R2, R3, R4. And then these knobs. What? I'm going to turn them all to 0. What do they do? What is a vector mix envelope? It's this thing over here. Can we see that on the camera? Has the camera moved? No, it's kind of in the same place. Okay. See that little thing, little diagram? It's got like a blue dot in the center, and then a blue dot up that way, and then a blue dot this way, and then a blue dot that way, and a blue dot this way, and then blue lines between all of them in the vector space. Vector space. Yeah, so the way it works is you basically you program 5 positions of the joystick in your new oscillator vector space, right? And you program those positions, and then these are the times it takes to move between those positions, and then you can set the order of the positions and how they move between them, etc. There's a lot of depth to the programming I'm about to show. Check this out, and I hope you can kind of see the screen here. I know it's kind of blurry, but I swear this is the like cleanest this camera can get right now, without me like not being able to see the rest of the keyboard and only seeing the screen, which I'm not going to do because whatever. Check it out. Okay, you go to function, mix, envelope. Now there's a whole bunch of stuff here. You can tap this button a bunch of times. It says mix envelope loop. Tap it again, it says mix envelope repeat. Tap it again, it says mix envelope 0.0. Tap it again, it's back to mix envelope loop. We're going to talk about what these are. There's the loop, the repeat, and the point. So let's set our points first. Let's go to our points. Look at that. We got the coordinate points are shifting. A, B, C, D coordinate points are shifting in our little readout based on where our joystick is. So we're going to go, let's say, all the way to A, mostly A for 0.0, and we hit up. Then 0.1, let's go mostly C, hit up 0.2, mostly D, up 0.3, mostly B, up 4. Let's do it like extreme over like a mostly C. Then hit mix envelope again. Now we're in mix envelope loop. Now it says 0 with an arrow pointing to 3. That means that it's going to go from 0 to 1 to 2 to 3, and it will do it 5 on repeat 5 times, and then it'll stop. Let's hear what that sounds like. Nothing, because we have zeros on our R1, R2, R3. Let's bring them up. Let's give them each like a 13 time. Yeah, that repeated, like, what was that, 5 times? Yeah. But, so this is the home position, and then it still kind of, so let's listen. Pretty cool, right? But check this out. Let's go back to a mix envelope. So you can cycle through these 0 to 3, 1 to 3, 2 to 3, 0 back and forth to 3, 0, 1 back and forth to 3, 2 back and forth to 3, mix envelope off. Or let's try 2 to 3 back and forth, but then let's go again to repeat. Let's bring it down to 3, and let's check it out. So it goes 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4. I think I counted that right. But that's like the programming that you can do on this thing. So cool, but like watch this. Okay, we're going to go to the mix envelope. We're going to go to, my favorite is just 0 to 3 back and forth, and mix envelope repeats. You go up past 7 to continuous. It's either off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 continuous, and then we go, check this out, and we're going to decrease these times to like, so if the time is at 0, then it skips the step entirely. If the time is at anything above 0, it rotates through it. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, 0, etc. on a continuous loop. And then where's 4? 4 is the release. Does that make sense? I hope so. Because we remember we had points 0, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we're rotating between 0 to 3 and then back again, and then 4 on the release. So that sounds like... But you can still kind of change the home position. It still kind of does that pattern. It just forces the pattern against the wall of the vector room, instead of it being like true in the center. Yeah, cool beans. Distortion time. So I should have had like more and more, and whatever. Who cares? Here we go. Swag. So that was on pretty much how everything works. That's like the basics of how everything works, but you can see that there's a lot of like depth to the sound design, especially once you bring in the mix envelope filter, or the vector mix envelope. The vector mix envelope, the joystick automation. Once you bring that in, oh, by the way, the joystick clicks. Check this out. Hope you can hear that. It clicks for literally no reason. The joystick clicking does nothing. It's literally that Behringer bought like PlayStation joysticks and they click by default, I think. is, I'm pretty sure, why they click. Because they're just like literally just bulk joysticks from like PlayStation controllers. Like, this is your Game Gear. This is your Game Gear right here. This is like recycled Game Gear. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty much how everything works. There's you can initialize the program by hitting prog int. You can save it by hitting prog store. Let's save this one. Wow, we saved it over top. What did I save it over top of? The first one. Great, init prog. You can also name it using like the name. You hit name and then you go, oh god, you cycle through somehow. Yeah, I don't know. There's a way to name the thing. It's tedious. Who cares about naming your presets as long as you can distinguish them? It has 32 preset slots that are like pre-made presets, and you can tear them up and replace them, but there's only 32 slots. Pretty cool. It also, you know, MIDI in, control with MIDI, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I think I've covered everything. Let's talk about like using it for noise, and like really the answer for using it for noise is like you can use this for like your main polysynth and have it be fantastic, and like, or you can just like mash the keys on this thing and run it through distortion pedals and play the joystick. And I think that's what like I want to focus on performance with this thing. And like performing with it for noise specifically. I believe that like what you would want to do is pre-make a bunch of presets that sound gnarly when ran through distortion and then play them live. And like you want something that's going to be like fun to either mash or joystick, or just sounds good, or is going to be a good like. Let me get rid of that metronome. Hold up. Okay, so for noise, really, I'm just gonna, like, I'm running this thing through a pair of fuzzes. Sounds like this. Yeah, sounds like trash. Oh, I didn't talk about sample and hold on the LFO. Let's go back. It's amazing. Boop. S and H. Sample and hold. Random LFO. Oh, hold on. Let me turn off the distortion. Bring that up. So randomized levels of the LFO on the filter. Let's bring up that resonance, baby. It's R2D2 time. Here we go. So if anything, this is just like a great noise source for like random noises, because you can do like the sample and hold noises. And you can do it on the pitch too. Let's do it on the pitch too. Here we go. We go to oscillator 2, then we go function select LFO set. We go sample and hold, and then we turn it up on the pitch. Yeah, hold on. I'm gonna bring that down so you can hear the pitch better. Oh yeah, that's fun. Just rapidly changing wave shape. That sounds so evil. Yeah, you could do some evil stuff with this real easy. Let's I'm gonna bring in some like, I'm gonna slow it down and make it industrial, and then bring in some like reverb on it. Let's try that out. Let's just like, because you could have this thing as like a power electronics backer. One piece of advice for this thing is when you are working with it, and you like a sound, be careful about these up and down buttons, because if you are not in the right menu, you will change preset. Oh. Because that's how you change presets. But be careful about those buttons when you're like not in the like octave menu or in some other menu where you're selecting something, because it will change preset, to avoid losing your sound instantly, because you will lose everything you've worked on if it is not saved and you go to the next sound. So the way you do that is function, store. That's it, prog store. That's it. And then you can go away and come back without fear, because that's also kind of one of the only ways to see the oscilloscope again once you've been working on something for like a little bit, because you like go into something, go to menu. There's no way to get the menu to go away to see the oscilloscope again, except for going up and like tapping the up and down program storage, which is sometimes risky because you could lose your preset. All right, is there anything else I really want to talk about with this thing? I don't know. I could run it through some delay. I could run it through some stuff, but like you can't really do a lot of glitchy stuff with this thing, unfortunately. I've tried running some like glitched out weird clocks into this thing for its arpeggiator and sequencer, and it does not really work as cleanly as other analog gear might work if you were running a glitched clock into it. Yeah, but it does work great with MIDI in for sequencing or playing live or just sending a clock in. Same with the sync in. It works great for that if you've got like Korgs, Volkas, and other such things, or just a drum machine with a trigger out. Works great for that. This is a really cool little synth. I really think that this has a place like on people's like noise boards and stuff, because like it's only $100 and it's a 4-voice polysynth. Are you joking? Like, that's wild. And it's tiny. It's like the size of a, like, here's a rat pedal for size comparison. It's like 2 rat pedals next to each other, but like half as thick and like 8/10 as heavy. You could not brain a cop with this thing. As far as like on a scale, like if I developed a rating system, this is very lightweight. It's good, but it's a nice thing, but like you couldn't like hurt someone with it, which is compared to the rat. But that's not what this video is about. It's about playing music. Ta-da! No, it's about playing noise. Alright, I think that wraps it up. Again, this video, if you want to win this synth and you think you can do better than me, you think I'm bad at this and you can do better than me, cool. Just give the channel a subscribe and then comment down below how you would like to use this in your setup. Like, what's your setup? What would you be using with it? What makes sense? Like what makes sense to you? And I'll choose amongst all the cool answers randomly. There's going to be a lot of cool answers, and I'll give them all a number, and I'll roll a die to randomly determine who's going to get this thing for free. I'll ship it to you, along with maybe like a cool thank you note and some stickers and maybe a tape if you ask nice. I love you all. Thank you. This has been a Harsh Noise Gear review. Do not forget to like and also subscribe.